Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Dave Bluezynski Be a Pro here in NHL 26. So last episode, if you did not catch it, we had a couple more games, and Dave is starting to find his goal scoring ability, which is great to see because obviously he's been primarily more of a playmaker in his NHL career up to this point, but he is starting to figure out how to score at the NHL level a little bit more consistently, which is good to see. Hopefully that continues in the next season because we are close to the end of the year, but you can see we have 3 goals in our last 3 games, and we definitely have been shooting the puck quite a bit in the last few episodes. We actually have like 4 goals technically in our last 6, so yeah, Dave is definitely finding that goal scoring ability, and hopefully he continues to do that. He is also getting maybe a little bit more aggressive and taking a lot more minor penalties, but I'm hoping that obviously we could kind of keep him a little bit more disciplined as he gets better, because I feel like that's something I kind of take pride in, is being a disciplined player who doesn't really put his team into bad situations. So hopefully we become more disciplined, and hopefully we find ways to get more goals and more points as well for this team, because this team is still trying to fight to get into the playoffs. I honestly don't think it's possible really for us to make the playoffs. It would have to take a lot of luck and skill to get into that playoff spot, but I'm hoping that at least we could go off on a decent note. As you can see right now, we are tied for last place in the Atlantic Division, and as you can see, last playoff spot has 82 points, which means we are 15 points back, and we technically only have 11 games left on the season, so we need 15 points right now out of a possible 22, but we technically need way more than that to probably clinch, because teams like Ottawa and Detroit will probably still win games. So in order to make the playoffs, we basically need to almost go undefeated in our last 11 games of the season to even have a chance remotely at making the postseason. So hopefully the team figures it out, but if it doesn't, obviously, hopefully next season this team is good to go and finds a way to get into the playoffs, because or else Dave might have to look at some new options for some new teams eventually. So anyways, with that said, let's get in your guys' comments, see what you guys had to say about last episode, and then we'll get into another 5 or so games, and we'll see what Dave could do. So the first and only comment is from the Leafs fan, who says, maybe it's time to move on to a new team. As much as I want Dave to stay in Toronto, I also want to see him win. And yeah, it would be interesting, obviously, to see if he could be the type of person that could take the Leafs to a Stanley Cup. But obviously, if it's sacrificing his own career, we obviously could look for a new team at some point. I'm not too sure exactly what the plan is with that, because I don't think this offseason really makes sense for us to like kind of request a trade already, because we're only like a couple years into our career. But next year is obviously the end of our entry-level deal, so to speak. So obviously at that point, do we want to be potentially think about getting dealt at the deadline around if the team's not competitive? Also, we could look to find a new team in the offseason of year 3 instead and just sign with somebody else or something like that. I'm not too sure exactly, but we could always change teams. But I think for right now, obviously we will want to keep Dave in Toronto, but obviously long term, is there another team that Dave would rather play for? Maybe he would rather go to his home city in St. Louis, because he's never got to play against him in St. Louis. Maybe he wants to play for the Blues down the road. Maybe there's another team that actually has interest in Dave. I'm not too sure, but with that said, I think we're ready to get into the next few games. Obviously, we're going up against Minnesota, who is really good right now. Apparently, they are 40-28-4, which isn't an insane record, but they're 8-1-1 in their last 10 games. So this is going to be a tough game. And obviously, we're just coming off a really good win against Detroit. So like I said, in this episode, we need to win pretty much mostly every game if we want to have a chance at making the playoffs. So with that said, let's advance a few days to this last game of this chapter against Minnesota and see if we can beat them. If we can't, obviously, hopefully, like I said, the last 10 games or so of the season, we could kind of just help out the team a bit and maybe continue to pad our own stats. So let's go play next game and see what we could do in Minnesota. Obviously, in this universe, they won't have Quinn Hughes, but they are still a good team, obviously, with Kaprizov and all that. So let's see if Dave can make a good impact in Minnesota and maybe continue his goal scoring streak, which is currently at 3 games. That would be awesome if he could. But obviously, if he doesn't, hopefully he at least finds a way to extend his point streak. All right, here we go. Grand Casino Arena in Minnesota. I still don't know why they got rid of the Excel Energy name, but Grand Casino Arena is still a trash name, and I don't think they should have ever changed it. But I don't know if I really needed a change yet, but I'm preferring to make those quick changes rather than not, because then I get to maybe get a couple more shifts in throughout the entire game. So And Minnesota's already scored on this image, and that's not a great start. Joel Erikssonek on the power play, or as, what was I calling him? I think I called him OEL a couple seasons ago, or last season, or something like that, accidentally. Oh, there's a good chance for Domi, but he doesn't really get all of it. 81.8 miles per hour, but a nice little pass to him. Mrazek to save, so I guess Mrazek's one of Minnesota's goalies now, which is kind of strange, but here you go. Nice pass over to Dave. Dave with that speed. Dave is fast. He'll curl back. Look at the edge work Dave has. Carlo! Oh, damn. I should have probably went and tried to deflect a chance with that. All right, let's get back here again. Trennan made a move. It's a 2-on-1. Dave's going to try and take away any passing lanes. Oh, my goodness. That rebound was there. Clark can't put it in. I think that helped that Dave was in that spot. Come on, Robertson. You got it. Shoot it. Oh, good chance. It'd be nice to kind of set him up in this episode if possible, as Minnesota makes it 2-0, and of course it's Kirill the Thrill making it 2-0, so not looking too good, because like I said, we pretty much need to go almost undefeated in this last stretch of the season to actually make the playoffs. Oh, Brady Shea's turned away. Domi, you got me here. Over to Dave. Dave will bank it back to Tanev. Tanev will throw it to Shea. Back to Tanev. That shot hits a body and doesn't get through. Here you go, Tanev. Let me go up a little bit because you're a defenseman. Ah, he tried to find me. I just don't think Tanev should be jumping in that far, so that's why I was trying to skate far ahead so he could actually try and get something going. Come on, Tanev, get it out. Hey, what are you doing, Domi? Bro, oh my goodness. And they almost score out of it. That's all because of Max Domi right there. There was a loose puck there, and he just decided to sit there and wait for Tanev to get to it. Bro, you got to make up your decisions a lot faster than that. Oh, here you go, Domi, come on. Oh, good chance. Domi again turned away by Mrazek. We got to make sure we cover for him at times, because sometimes he's playing good on our side, and other times he's playing down the middle when he's supposed to be actually a winger, stuff like that. Oh my, okay, the sim engine gives us 2 goals 46 seconds apart, Matthews and Gavrikov, so I told you the sim engine can be your best friend or your biggest enemy. So far it was our enemy, but 2 quick goals. Go with it, because I don't have really a chance to get any pass if you try and throw it through. Domi over to Dave. Dave will take it. Oh my goodness, the controller felt a little bit strange there for a second. Shea. Back to Dave. Dave can't get the shot through. Damn it. I saw that there's not a lot of time left on the clock, so I was going to force a shot through, but no shots in that first period for us, I don't think. Which is kind of weird, considering we've been getting a lot of shots as of late. That was a massive save by Wool near the end of the period, though, so nice to see that it's tied, but it's kind of surprising that it is, because early on it looked like it could have been one of those games that Minnesota routs us, but nice to see the sim engine got us 2 goals in less than a minute, and now at least it's 2-2. Get it away. Nice play, boys. There you go. Quick pass from Joseph up to Dave. Dave will try and use that speed to get around Juracek. He'll cut back. Looks inside. I didn't want to throw it there. Now Dave got it back. I didn't even do that on purpose. What the hell was that? Dave scores another goal, so that's 4 straight games with the goal for Dave, his 9th of the season, which is nice to see. But this is not what I intended. This is the game giving me a goal. This is the game saying, hey, you need to score goals, and that's what exactly happens here. This is just a broken play. I'll come back to it in a little second here after these little replays, but yeah, that was a goal I was not intending to really score. Like, I intended to score, but it was not me that was intending to score. Like, I intended to pass it basically over, and it somehow ended back on my stick. Like, this is just a weird play. I'm going to have to get a screenshot of Dave celebrating here, but we stop on our breaks here on Juracek nicely. Then we make a quick pass over, which is not where I was aiming to pass, but it hits the stick of Mrazek, then goes up. Grzelcyk knocks it down, and then Robertson flups this puck because of the aggressiveness of Mrazek. Comes over to Dave, and like I said, I was not expecting this pass to come over to me. I was expecting it to go to Domi. So I'm literally just going towards the net, and I basically just swept it in instead of actually shooting it. Like, my stick just goes towards the net. And I guess technically, since I make contact with the net, I lose control, and it goes in. Yeah, that was an interesting play. Like I said, just go to the net, and anything could happen. That's 3 unanswered goals by our team, so maybe this team is trying their best to go on a big winning streak soon. This Minnesota team, like I said, has been really good, so we got to keep on the gas. Oh my goodness, yep. I guess that goal that I had was definitely a fluke, because they score on the next shift right after. Marco Rossi, Dave could have tried to poke check it from I tried to poke check it. I could not reach him, and then he goes 5-hole on Wool. So that was a short lead for our team. See, I tried to poke check it a little bit too late, and my stick didn't get to the right area, I think. Because, like, see, like, I go for the poke check right, I think it was right around here, but he's already in the shooting animation, so I'm a little bit late to that. And that's a low shot. Robertson kind of interferes a bit with Woll, so... There you go, good pass over to Shea. Shea finds Tanev. Tanev with a terrible pass. And now he's got to defend. And a diving chance and a big save there on Yakov, trended by Woll. Definitely been finding the back of the net a lot more often here soon, as of late, so. Oh my goodness, big save by Woll as he robs Rossi in the slot, looking for another. Jeez. That was an absolute blistering shot. See, Domi's on him, but he's not really playing that well defensively. And then Woll just absolutely sticks out that glove. Like, looking like a Statue of Liberty type pose. That's absolutely a brilliant save. But, yeah, Domi, like, look at that. What is that defense? What is that defense? Getting late to getting to his man on the point and all that. No, there's a good pass. Here you go, Dave. Use that speed. You got that. You got it. You got it. Get around Juracek. Get around him. Let's go to backhander. That's not a good angle, really, but not really much else to take there. All right, let's get back on defense as Juracek's trying to walk our defense. There you go. Here you go, Dave. You got room. You got room. Let's cut back. Oh, my goodness. They tried to hit me. Gavrikov a shot that's blocked by Juracek, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 3-3 going into third. Apparently our team's going to be on a 5-on-3 to start the third period potentially. So maybe the sim engine will get us some goals early in the period. But some big saves by Woll has this game still tied, or else we could be trailing. Hopefully the sim engine can give our team a power play goal, which maybe might be the case. No, it's for Minnesota. It's a short-handed goal for Carson Lambos, of all people. Damn. That's actually insane. Carson Lambos hasn't been relevant in any of my series in a long time. If anybody ever watched this channel back in like NHL 20, I had Carson Lambos in like Montreal, I think it was. But, oh, okay, that was almost an assist for Dave. Big diving save by Mrazek. Or way to stick out the glove at least. All right, let's see if the sim engine can give us back any goals or not. It did give us 2 goals in the first period. It does give us another goal. Okay, Matthews has tied it up, but we are on the penalty kill. Domi still with it, finds Dave. Delayed penalty call coming to Minnesota. Dave walking in. Dave still with it. Dave with it still, and he's turned away in tight. I thought I had a goal there, the way I was able to walk in, but Ryan Hartman heads to the box. The ass wipe himself. I will never like Ryan Hartman because of what he did to Tim Stützle last season. But a power play for our team. And no, it doesn't. And now we're back on the penalty kill. That's not great. Defensively again. Here we go. Dave shorthanded. Let's just dump that in. On net. Ooh, okay. Okay, I don't mind that. It would have been kind of cool if that would have hop, skipped, and jumped over his stick. Oh, no. Get back, Dave. Get back. There you go. There you go. There you go, Domi. Over to Dave. Dave, let's go with the shorthanded killer. Some time off the clock. Dave's still with it. Shorthanded. He's ragging the puck. Using that big rig. Look at that effort by Dave, and now, of course, he turns it over technically there, but that killed the full minute pretty much off the clock almost at that point. Here we go. Our line's out there late in this one. Domi a shot turned away. Robertson got a shot back, but he couldn't get it good enough to the net. Dave battling to the net. He gets the chance to deflect it, but it hits off Spurgeon, I think that was, or somebody else maybe. Get it out, guys. Oh, my goodness. Okay, this is going to be icing. No, it's not going to be icing. Is it going to be icing? Nope, it's not going to be icing. Thank God. If it was icing, I would have been stuck out there a little bit longer. So we are probably... Yep, we're going to overtime in Minnesota. All right, that's not a bad way to start off this episode. Means we at least got a point, but we need 2. So if Dave gets any overtime shifts here, it would be nice to help out with the win. But we are getting the first shift of overtime with Max Domi. Okay, Dave, cut back, look for an opening. Dave's with it. He's got a breakaway all of a sudden. Oh, my goodness, I faked out too much. I faked myself out too much. Looking for a pass. There's a pass. There you go, Domi. Domi, not even a good shot. Dave's back on it. Dave's all around the puck in overtime. Carlo, a bomb deflected. Dave tried to get that rebound, but he could not get to it fast enough. And now he's got to get back. Hustle, Dave. Hustle, hustle, hustle. There you go. You got it, Carlo. I'm going to come back behind you. I'll play defense for now. Oh, Carlo going end to end. He's turned away. Oh, no. Why is nobody covering Brock Faber? Holy... Oh my goodness. Bow down to Joseph Woll. I don't even know how he stopped that. But why was nobody covering Faber there? I was literally on the other dude, and then Faber somehow got left open, and he gets that breakaway, gets absolutely robbed by Woll. I definitely could have probably had a good shot on net if I would have actually shot on that little breakaway I had, but I faked myself out. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, can the sim engine give us a win, or are we going to go to a shootout potentially? We're going to a shootout, which means if this goes to, I think, round 4 or round 5, Dave will shoot. If not, hopefully our team finds a win beforehand. But that was a massive save to maybe keep our season alive. Ugh. Come on, boys. We need a win here in the shootout. If we find a way to win in this shootout, we will obviously get a big 2 points. Dave does have a shootout goal in his career. It came a couple episodes back. So maybe he could score again here if he does get an opportunity, as Matthews is turned away. Next up, of course, is Kirill Kaprizov. Does have a goal in this game. Walking in on Wool, and he's turned away. That was a bit of a scary-looking shot. That quick release animation is always filthy. Next up is Marner. Marner's apparently leading the team in points, I think it said, this season. He walks in, and he's turned away as well. There might be a chance for us to shoot in this game, as Matt Boldy is now up for Minnesota. Boldy in on Wool. Makes a move to the backhander, and he's easily turned away as we head to round 3 with no goals so far. Willie Nylander up. Can he find a way to get a potential shootout winner here? He walks in, and he's turned away, which means Minnesota has a chance to win the game right here on the stick of Marco Rossi, who has a goal in this game as well. Rossi in on Wool, and he's turned away, which means I think it might be Dave up next, potentially. And the answer is yes, it is. The Bluezynski has a chance here in the shootout. Dave will walk in on Mrazek, making some moves. Backhander's turned away as he lost a little bit of room. I tried to get him to bite, but he didn't bite enough. That's unfortunate. Let's go back to the instant replay on that. I tried to get him to bite when I made these backhander moves, but then he didn't really bite that much. Like, he bit, but he didn't bite enough that I could get that opening on that backhand spot. That's unfortunate. All right, that's fine. Minnesota up next. I don't know who 18 is. I didn't see who it was. He's turned away too, which means we head to round number 5. All right. John Tavares in round 5. Is this going to be a long shootout? No, it's not necessarily. Tavares puts the pressure on with a backhander, beating Mrazek. I don't know how he beat him there, but kind of a fluky little backhand shot. Maybe it was intentional. I think he went 5-hole. Yeah, he went 5-hole on that backhander. That's kind of nice. All right. Well, that puts pressure on for Minnesota here. If we find a way to win, get this stop here, we win the game, and then hopefully we continue to win some games in the next chapter as well. There's a big save, and we do win. That's a big win in a shootout for the Leafs, as it was a bit of back and forth game. P.O. Joseph is celebrating. I don't know why, and everybody's going to P.O. Joseph. I don't know why, but that's a big victory on the road against another really good team. So let's take a look at Dave's final stats in this one. 1 goal in 17 minutes basically of ice time. 5 shots on net. 234 puck possession. And we did throw a hit, which is pretty damn solid. All right. I wonder what our chapter score is going to be, considering we did just have a bit of a goal scoring streak. Maybe we actually will be our second liner at this point. Who knows? Well, we got 18 points now in 34 games. We got a B overall on offense, C+ on defense, and a B on team play, B- in total, which I think is not too bad, of course. Let's see what the coach has to say. What does the coach got to say?
Well, we're coming down the stretch. It's been a long
He
season.
says he's going to keep me in the same roster position. Okay, so I guess we didn't reach it, unfortunately, but that's fine. Let's go with humble as an answer. Yeah, we finished with a 55 out of 60. We were pretty damn close to becoming a second liner again. But we aren't there just yet, but that's fine. Maybe we'll be there next season, because I do feel like Dave is definitely getting better at finding the back of the net. All right, so let's advance so we can set up our thing for the next chapter. Actually, we got some activities, stuff to do, so let's get our energy spent, of course. Our health is almost full already. We'll keep it there for the time being. I will spend some on trait points. And I will... Actually, let's do 1 towards health, I guess. And then we could have 2 more for health, but... Might as well do that. And then obviously we got to set up our chapter target for this last chapter. Or no, maybe not. Maybe not. Because it's not coming up with anything. We are very close to the end of the season. It says we still have a game coming up against St. Louis, but that's the game on home ice, correct? If I'm not mistaken, let me go to box scores here for a second. Because I didn't think we played St. Louis this late in the season, but it must be a home game. It sucks it's not the road game. Let's go to April. Yeah, that's the game on home ice. If only this April 8th game was actually in St. Louis, that'd be nice, because then obviously we didn't miss that St. Louis game, but we will also get to play against them this season, but unfortunately it will be on home ice. So anyways, with that said, that was one game done. Let's get a couple more games done. Like I said, we'll probably go up to the Boston game in this episode, or after the Boston game. So St. Louis will be the first game of the last episode of this regular season, I think. So let's get to this game against the Calgary Flames, who are 3-7 in their last 10 games, as we look to keep on pushing to maybe get into the playoffs somehow, but I don't think it's likely still. I don't think it's likely. All right, can Dave turn on the heat against the Flames? All right, here we go. Back in front of our fans after a short road game. Let's see what happens. Dave's on a good goal-scoring streak. Will it continue as these games go on? And it's already 1-0 us on the sim engine. I don't know who scored it, but that's an early goal and a good sign of things to come, as we're out there with Pezzetta and Robertson now. So I don't know what happened to Domi, but Domi's not in the lineup, so maybe he's injured or something. But that's kind of surprising. I didn't really want to force that pass through, but it almost worked. Robertson, good forecheck. Robertson kicks it down low to Dave. Dave will look around, throws it to the point. Joseph, a shot that's turned away. Joseph carrying it, finds Robertson. Robertson over to Dave. Dave will use that speed, trying to get around. Backhander's turned away. I wanted to go for that wraparound because I felt like I had the nice inside edge. Like I said, it's always good to kind of get a couple shots early, kind of get used to shooting the puck a bit, and then maybe you could get that momentum as these games go on. Carlo, a chance that's turned away. Loose puck in front. Nobody could get to it. Let's simulate to our next shift. But so far, this is a good start. And this team is definitely playing better than they were early in last episode. Last episode was atrocious. And now it's a 1-1 game. I didn't even realize our former teammate Liljegren is in Calgary. Get back defensively. Oh my goodness, why did you poke check that back to the point? Oh my god, I thought they were going to score there. I'm going to cover the point. Why is Robertson going over my side? Nice poke check by Dave on Zane Perek. Dave will take it. Dave walking around. Dave will throw it over. Robertson too tight. This rebound was out there. Dave can't reach it. Dewar walks in. That shot goes way wide for the Flames. Joseph over to Dave. Dave's got a chance if he could skate fast, which he normally can. Dave gets in with it, makes a move, then he scores. Let's go. That's a brilliant goal. That might be Dave's best goal of his career almost, because just a nice little move to the forehand. I don't know if I did the forehand deke or not, but Dave gets his 10th goal of the season, a quick move to the forehand, and he gets it. Like I said, we got enough speed to break through these guys, so we break through them, and we make a quick little move over to the forehand and pop that up, as Dave has now got goals in 5 straight games, as he goes to the forehand and pops this through Vladar to give the team the lead. Yeah, that was a nice goal. That was a nice one. And of course, we run right into Vladar afterwards. But yeah, quick little move to the forehand, go upstairs, bango. At our last shift is first, probably. Maybe we'll get another one late because it says still 5:45. The answer will be... yes, we will get another shift, but they tied it up, and Huberto was the one that tied it, okay. Can't steal it from Liljegren, his former teammate. Robertson will steal it, though. Dave will go to the front, trying to pull a screen. Almost worked. As Robertson digs it out, finds Dave. Dave to Shea. Shea tries to slap it, and he lost it to Walker Dewar. Yeah, our team's a little bit scrambly right now. Pezzetta will just dump it, and that will be it for the first period. 2-2 after 1. Dave continues his goal-scoring streak with this beauty. Did give the team the lead briefly, but they answered back. And hopefully we have some more goals in us in this game or games to come, because, yeah, Dave is definitely... he's not even... like, he is a kind of playing like a shoot-first player as of late, but he is still picking up more assists usually than goals. But now this season, he's turning into more of a sniper, so I wonder what we're going to get from him next season. He does not win it, but Dave pokes it in the middle to Pezzetta, and that's turned away. I didn't even really try to pass that, but it did work as a pass. That was a broken play kind of again. Let's see if the sim engine has us any goals. So far, it's been giving the Flames their goals mainly, and it won't give them one there, though. It gives us one as Matthews has restored our lead. Let's go. All right. I don't know if I'm just not skating close enough to the left wing, that's why they think, oh, there's nobody on that side, or what. There we go. Good pass by Dave all the way up to Brandon Carlo. He's all alone. Carlo turned away. Rebounds loose in the front. And Robertson finds it, but he can't put it back on net. He's one of those players that I don't really pay much attention to. So, oh, good pass there by Shea. Dave walks around, trying to open up. Throws it out front. What a goal! What a play by Dave over to Robertson on the back door. as they still have that connection from earlier this season. Both us and Robbie both play really great together. As Dave, look at that little stutter play. Then he goes for the wraparound, gets the defenseman to chase him, and opens up the defense a lot. As Shea's there in the slot, Uyghur takes Shea, but nobody picks up Robertson on the back door really that well. And Robertson's able to knock that in. That was a nice little setup. That might be one of our best passing plays. As us and Robertson, like I said, have some pretty good chemistry. That's a big goal. Dave is finding his offensive groove. The team's winning games as well. It's a lot better. Here's Dave again as he knocked that down out of the air. Dave with it again. Walks inside. Tries to tuck it at the net, but it was blocked. I thought I had another point right there. That's what I want to do, at least with Dave. Here's Dave again. He's got more speed again. He's very energetic here right now. Dave looking around. He'll throw his puck back down low. Robertson will get to it first. Robertson gets it back to Dave. Dave makes a stutter play. Finds Shea. Shea doesn't shoot. Our team cycles it around, and that's turned away as Dave will keep forechecking, but Uyghur got it out. And that's probably our last shift to the second. Yes, it is. 4-2 lead. 4-2 lead. Now, this team's definitely at least making me feel better than I did last episode. Last episode, I was very frustrated with our team. So far here, though, they've definitely kind of flipped the switch. I don't know if it's because it's late in the season or what, but obviously there's still a few more games to go in this episode, so who knows how they're going to play against teams like Boston coming up. So maybe this engine will give us another goal for the team. And the answer to that is maybe? Let's see. Yes, it does. It gives us a goal. It gives them a goal as well, though. And they also get a power play. So we need to make sure we kill this penalty off here. Got to play good here. Got to play good here. Good forecheck by Robertson. Dave will skate after it. Dave will try and keep this puck in. He momentarily does. And he does force a turnover. Shea's got it now again. And Shea will clear it. All right, here we go. Matthews, delayed penalty again coming to Calgary as Matthews finds it into Dave. Dave with it still. I've lost control. Marner scores, and it's not goalie interference. It's an assist. I thought I was going to get goalie interference because I walked to the front. I lost control because I think the game wanted me to score, and Mitch Marner gets a goal from Dave. So that's the first time Dave's assisted, I think, on a goal on a different line. But look, I could have shot there, and then I ran into Vladar, and I thought this was goalie interference right there. But then I come off him and he's able to reset. I guess it counts. But I would have, obviously in real life, I think they would have challenged his play. But I'll take 3 points in the game. But let's hopefully carry this momentum into next game, as well as Dave makes a great play on Coronado. Dave kicks it back behind. Robertson will get to it. Dave will battle in front. Pizzetta over to Dave. Dave will hold on. Finds it to Joseph. Joseph's got a shooting lane. And he scores! 4 points for Bluezynski. Yeah, this game is definitely trying to make it easier right now. What a goal for P.O. Joseph. I don't know if that's his first goal as a Leaf, but regardless if it is or not, Dave gets another assist here as Dave makes another small play, gets 2 guys to go to him, and then Joseph's able to walk right down Main Street and put it by Vladar, with Robertson kind of battling in front with Zane Perek. Wow. All right, well, I was not expecting a 4-point game here. It's only 1 goal, but 3 assists. This has definitely been the best stretch of hockey for Dave in his career. We are on a 5-game goal-scoring streak, and we got multiple points in this one as Vladar comes on out. I would have liked to get those stats up there, but that was a fantastic offensive game. We're probably going to get first start of the game in this one because 4 points on the 7 goals. What an effort from Dave in this one. And hopefully we continue that next game. Maybe we're actually going to be the force that pushes this team back into the playoffs again. And if we make the playoffs, maybe this team could go on a run. But obviously, there's still a lot of games to go. And who knows how this sim engine's going to work in those games. But at least we're having some positive stuff near the end of the season. So that was a absolutely great game. Let's see. Robertson got 3rd star. He had a goal and 3 hits. Our line in general is fantastic, I guess. Seems kind of interesting that our line's much better when Domi's not on it. But yeah, that pass by Dave was a brilliant one. Right on the stick of Robertson. And then right afterwards, we got Matthews with a 3-point game. A goal and 2 assists for him. So yeah, we're definitely getting first star. There's like no question about it, I would assume. I don't even know how this goal still counts on the Marner one, but I'm not going to complain. And then, of course, Dave gets first star. A goal and 3 assists, no hits registered. But Dave was all around it. And he was absolutely locked in. Yeah, 4-point game, plus 4, 3 shots on goal. A puck, and we only had the puck for 1:37, but we were able to pick up 4 points in that span. That's insane. Dave is absolutely awesome right now. And I think it's because we're getting better in overall and all that stuff that it's helping out with him a lot. So, wow, 2 games only done, but we've got already like 5 points in these 2 games. We're up to 22 points in 35 games on the season. We finished with an A+ on offense, C+ defense, and C+ team play. All right. Well, that's a great game. That's a great game. Our next one's up against Chicago, which means Connor Bedard. They are not probably a playoff team, but they've been good as of late. They're 6-3-1. So, we'll see what we're able to do in this game. Like I said, we'll do Chicago, Florida, and Boston, and I think that'll be it for this episode at that point. So, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. The momentum has been on our side. The team has been winning games. Dave has been scoring. Actually, let me check our energy levels, just because we did pick up a lot of points last game, so we might be a little bit lower on energy. Let's double check. It's still peak. It's still peak. All right, we'll keep it in peak. We'll keep it in peak. All right, can Dave continue to make an impact as we head into this game against Chicago on home ice? If we find a way to win this one, maybe this team can come back, but obviously I'm not too sure how the rest of the teams are simulating that are currently in the playoffs, so we'll have to take an updated look at the standings relatively soon too, just to see where we are in terms of making the postseason. All right, Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks. Let's see what we can do against them, and let's see if we could continue to make an impact. Yeah, Dave definitely feels a lot quicker on his feet. I don't know if it's just because I'm also upping his health and stuff like that, but he feels like he's a different player almost than he was earlier in his career for sure. Dave finds Robertson in the slot, and that almost was an assist to keep the point streak going. We got to think of some other ones maybe. Joseph, great pass. Dave holds up, throws it back over, and unfortunately Hag made a great play. There you go. There you go, Dave. Use that speed. Use that speed. No, he does get by. Dave's walking in, throws it over. Hard pass to Pizzetta, but Pizzetta didn't even realize how hard that pass was, so he doesn't even get a shot really there. Pizzetta. Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to throw it to me earlier. There you go. Throw that back to Gavrikov. That shot's turned away. Dave will knock down the rebound, walks to the front, and he's turned away. That was a one-handed, like, wraparound chance. Damn, man. That was a good chance. Pizzetta up to Dave. Dave will take it back into the offensive zone. Lost it, got it back again. Dave looking around, throws it over. It got to the net. Dave got it back again. He's turned away. I don't even know how that puck went back to me. And that will be it for the first period, as it is scoreless after the first. Yeah, that wraparound chance right there that we had was actually pretty nifty. One-hand wraparound on net, and it was turned away. So Dave's been around it, definitely trying to continue that point streak, but still has not found a way to score yet on Jacob Markstrom. All right, here we go. Gavrikov, go with it, man. I'm not open. He finds Robertson. Robertson walks in, finds Dave. Dave will shoot it. The rebound's there, and it finds its way in. It finds its way in to continue the goal-scoring streak. This is what I mean. The game is literally giving us a lot of goals. Because earlier in the season, we were not getting these breaks. This time, now we're getting those breaks. That's just a shot to the net. Robertson almost interferes with Markstrom here. Markstrom's probably going to complain about this a little bit. But that's just a perfectly placed shot right in the chest. Robertson goes to the net hard. And then, yeah, Markstrom kind of falls down. I guess he didn't even interfere with him. I'm not even too sure, but that's kind of a fluky goal that finds its way in. At first, I thought Robertson kicked it in the net, and then I got an assist, but all right. Pizzetta carries it in, finds it over Robertson, but can't find him. Gavrikov back to Dave. Dave looking around. He's the hot shooter, but he's not going to shoot, and now he turned it over. He's going to be the one back, though, to play some defense. Here he is. Dave, look at the speed. Bluezynski over. Robertson scores. Look at that. What is this? This has been the best episode, I think, already on this entire series. We're literally playing still on the hardest difficulty, but Dave all of a sudden became an absolute maestro. All it took was obviously having a big injury this season, but great pass. Makes a good drive to the net. Robertson's in the right spot, and Robertson finishes this. I don't know if it's also because we're playing with Robertson and Pizzetta, but these two guys know where to be a lot better than Domi does and Kampf. So the coach needs to take some lessons and keep playing Robertson with Dave, because it seems to be working always out well. All right, let's cover the point. Oh, they dig it out just barely. Dave was at the point. Dave has that speed again. Dave gets around again, tries to force the pass through, but the defender actually made a good play this time. Dave will come over and he knocks down Nazar. He got the puck back and lost it. Dave will try and forecheck again, and he'll hit Gustafson. One of them was a pretty big hit, I'd say, on Nazar. As it's now 2-1 as the Blackhawks get on the board. Tyler Bertuzzi gonna bring us some cheer, hopefully, into the playoff spots or something like that. Shea finds Dave. Dave will try and skate around Levshunov. He can't get around him, so he'll hold up. He'll still stay with it. Dave tries to go to the front. Pizzetta lost it. I don't even know what happened there, but... Alright, shots are in their favor. It's not been a high-shooting game. It's definitely been lower scoring than the first two games, but it's still been a fun one. Here we go. Riley, get it out of the zone. Let's make sure we're covering the slot area just in case it comes over this way. Let's make sure we get to the point. Oh my goodness, that is quite the battle, and Mantha scores for them. The first time Dave's out there for a goal against in quite a while, but it's because Mantha wins this loose puck battle. This battle went on for quite a while, but unfortunately Pizzetta lost position right there, and then of course it goes over into the slot. I don't know what our defenders are doing or what Robertson's doing there, but I know he's not a defensive player, but he still was locked up with Carlo, and that leaves Mantha wide open in the slot. Dave will just take it and dump it in towards the net, and the goalie's going to freeze it. He did play it out, which was dangerous. Over there finds Dave. Dave will skate around now. Dave will looking around, trying to open up the ice. Throws it over to Robertson again, back to Dave. Dave will look back, finds it to Carlo. Carlo finds Gavrikov, back to Dave. He shot it. That's turned away. I was open in the slot, so that's why I shot that. Dave poke checks it back. Tries to steal it from Korchinski, but can't. And I'm going on and change. Well, that was a decent shift. We could have definitely scored a goal if we would have got that shot on net, I think, though. It says that we did have a shot on him there, though. So maybe it did get through? I'm not too sure. I thought it was blocked, but maybe not. Maybe not. But that was definitely a decent shift near the end of the period. 2-2 after 2. This is definitely another type of those games that could go overtime, but it's definitely, I think, our toughest task we've had up to this point. Let's get back on defense. Dave's got it. He lost it, but Shea has it. Now up to Robertson. Robertson trying to force his way through. Dave will get to it. Dave holds up, tries to throw a pass through. It doesn't work. Dave's got it back again. Can't get that pass through again. Robertson and Pizzetta. Dave goes to the front. Dave will try and pull off a screen. Doesn't work as he's battling in front. Over to Dave. Dave on the wing. Gets around. Dave walks in. He's going to shoot it. And he's turned away. Dave definitely would have passed that normally, but he's been the hot hand in terms of goal scoring. That was a good looking shot. And I felt nicer that released than it has in the past. Mantha walks in and he scores. Are you serious, guys? See, it definitely felt like one of those games. As Dave gets a chance on one end, and then they score this because of a little bit of a hit on Robertson. And then walking to the front was Mantha again. Mantha's been an absolute bully to our team. And this one, we're in the right position. It's not our fault. It's just Robertson gets hit, and then the defender's a little bit late getting over to his side because Robertson lost it. And the sim engine is going to give multiple goals, and one is to us, one is to them. Nylander pulls us within one because I guess they had a 4-2 lead for hopefully getting us into the playoff mix again. Here's Pizzetta. Lost it. Pizzetta forechecks hard enough. Dave's got possession back of that puck. Dave will walk around on a wraparound and you score. That's the first multi-goal game, I think, of Dave's career. I don't know why I felt like I was going to score on that wraparound, but the goalie kind of cheats. And Dave has the second and 12th of the season. He's been absolutely insane as of late. Like, Dave might be producing on the highest level of the NHL right now. What a backhander on Markstrom. See, he pushed across here. And then their defenders and stuff like that are all in this slot area. And they don't pick up Dave either that well. And Dave just backhands this kind of a little bit of a cheesy goal. But that's a great way to give us this tie game. Like I said, we needed to step up here and find a way to tie this one up here. And we do it ourselves right there. Or will this game get decided in regulation? It will be an overtime shift potentially. Because it is 4-4 after regulation. As Dave looks for his hat-trick goal in overtime, potentially. As he got this game at least to get our team a point on that wraparound cheese. Yeah, that's a nice little goal. Come on, Domi. Why is Domi out there? I thought, oh, maybe Domi's actually playing in the top 6. Yeah, there must have been an injury in the top 6 because Domi's not on our line anymore. So he probably got promoted. As the Blackhawks try and dump and chase. Nobody's covering the slot. Levshunov's turned away. Dave will cover back around in this area. Oh my god, get off me. Holy crap, man. Oh my goodness. Make sure Bjorkstrand doesn't get to the front of the net. Bjorkstrand's looking like a Portland Winterhawk out there. Here we go, Domi. There you go. Domi, he's got it. Domi tries to find Dave. Dave gets a shot there somehow, and it's turned away as Dave wanted that hat trick so bad. Holy. And we're probably going off the change here, which means that was probably our last shift of this game. We might be getting another shootout shift, though. We'll see if we get another overtime shift. And we don't get another overtime shift, but we will get a shootout chance, potentially, if this goes to round 4. But, yeah, this is definitely going to be a long-ass recording, which means I'm going to have a lot of fun time editing this. But at least there's a lot of fun moments in this episode compared to last episode, because we still have 2 games after this. But these games have all been pretty close, and Dave's been great. Bedard walks in, and he's turned away. Good save there by Wool on the shootout attempt. Next up is Austin Matthews. Can Matthews give us the lead in a shootout? He walks in, and he's turned away as a diving glove save by Markstrom. I don't know why he dove like that, but big save there. Next up is their captain, Tyler Bertuzzi. Why is Tyler Bertuzzi the captain of the Blackhawks? He's turned away. I don't know why Bedard isn't captain, but it's kind of weird. Next up is Mitch Marner. Marner will walk in, and he will be stopped by Markstrom as we head to round 3 with still no shootout goals. Next up, Teuvo Teravainen. I don't want to say Teuvo, but Teravainen in. And he scores. Damn it. That's not good. That's not good. He makes a great little move to the backhand, beats Wool. And that puts pressure on for William Nylander, of course, to try and get this 2 extra shooters. But yeah, we might not get a shootout attempt here because the Blackhawks have been tough. Nylander looking to get it into extras. Will he do it? No, he will not. And the Blackhawks come into Toronto and hand us a loss in overtime/shootout, which means we only get a point. Which means, did that loss hurt our playoff chances? I'm not too sure, but that's a tough loss. Unfortunately, Anthony Mantha was the main reason why the Blackhawks found a way to win in that game, I think. But Dave tried his best. He at least got this team a point, which is very, very valuable at this point. But was it too late? Tough to say. Robertson got second star with 2 points and 5 hits. Geez, whoever's with Dave always likes to hit a lot. And then is Dave going to get first star in this game? Is he going to get first star? Yes, he is. Back-to-back games of first star. We also had an assist. I forgot about the assist. 3-point game in this one for Dave again. He's got 7 points in the last 2. +1, 7 shots on goal. Puck for almost 3 minutes and we threw 2 hits. Dave has absolutely been electric with Robertson. And we still got to go through 2 more games. Holy crap, man. Maybe this episode won't be that long, actually, because if I've been recording for an hour 15, that means it's not been that long in terms of editing. I'm not too sure still, but this has been a crazy episode so far. It just feels like a long episode because of all the points we've been picking up, I guess. All right, our next game is against Florida. As we get closer and closer to the end of the season, let's take an updated look at the standings here, just because obviously we're at the stage where we don't know if it even matters if we win games, but we're obviously still going to be trying. Let's see what the wild card's looking like. We're on 72 points. We're still 14 points back of that last playoff spot. And we do have 3 games in hand, but we have 8 games left, which means the most points we could get is 16, and we're 14 points back. So these wildcard spots are pretty damn close to eliminating us, basically, from playoff contention. Even if we go perfect down the stretch, it might not happen. So that's unfortunate, but at least, like I said, Dave is finding his own individual game near the end of the season, because maybe he'll be really good next season. We're going up against the top team in the Atlantic in Florida, 52, 19, and 5. This is going to be a really tough game, but obviously we're up for it as we look to continue our own point streak, at least, because we are definitely, I don't think, going to make the playoffs at this rate. We'd have to win every single game, and Ottawa would have to lose every single game pretty much that they have left, so it is very unlikely, but let's go off on this season on a good note, which so far we have is another grudge match. Florida won the first 2. We won the last one, apparently. I wonder if we're going to get showcased in any of these grudge match things next season, because Dave is starting to make a pretty good impact. That'd be interesting. And wow, it said Reinhardt had a 5-point game last game, I think. That's insane if he did. Because I don't even know if that was a game I was playing in or not. Alright. Sim Engine has definitely given somebody a goal here early on, and it's Florida. Carter Verhaeghe beats Hildeby, so Hildeby is starting this one. Points are valuable at this point in the season, so we got to find a way to win them as we're back out there now with Domi and Kampf. So unfortunately, It's not going to be with Robertson and stuff, but Kampf almost scores away. We need to make sure we go back to our right side because now we're not a left winger anymore. But that sucks that our boys Robbie and Bezzetta are not playing with us anymore. Dave throws a guy into the bench. He threw a guy into the bench. Yes. Dave, how do you get knocked down by a 5'7" guy into a bench? Oh my goodness, and that's an achievement too, but my god. Who did we knock? Kulikov? God damn, Dmitry Kulikov is a big guy, kind of. But Dave just absolutely obliterates him into the bench. And he gets a skate almost in the face, too. Oh my goodness. Jeez. That's a massive, massive hit by Dave. We got to get a screenshot of, like, right here, maybe. Trying to think of the best screenshot here. Maybe the Bluezynski thing like that. Yeah, let's get a good screenshot of that. I don't know if you guys would be able to tell that he knocked him into the bench, but see, Dave just glides into him like this, and then just boom, right into the bench. He has to make a line change right there because that's his own bench. Shout out to Dave. I don't know what's gotten into him, but he's been brilliant at throwing some hits as a late, and he scores right on the same shift. What is this? And we got the puck right back as we continue our goal-scoring streak to, like, I don't even know how many games at this point, like 8? Holy moly. So Dave throws this hit. What a shift. We got, like, this entire replay. He throws a big hit there as he knocks over Kulikov. They showed a hit first. And then he'll get, Domi will get possession of his puck back. And that starts this play the other way. Domi makes a great play, finds Dave, and Dave will score just because Kulikov is probably in the middle of still making that line change to get back out there again. And Dave just goes for the shot in the slot. Goes upstairs on whoever the heck 52 is. And what a goal that is. What a goal that is. This has been fun. I am really excited for next season now if Dave's going to play like this. Oh my goodness, I thought they were going to score. Yep, there it is. That loose puck going somehow towards the net. I felt like they were going to find a way to get that in. And then somehow Matthew Tkachuk gets open in the slot. As, yeah, why did anybody pick him up? I don't know if that's my man even or not. I'm just covering the point, but somebody should be covering Matthew Tkachuk there, especially when he has a 101 mile an hour bomb like that. Damn. But he was on the point instead. So, here you go, Domi. You got it, Max. You got it. Dave will drive down the middle. Domi finds Dave. Dave will shoot it. That's turned away by Tkachuk. So that's who was in net. As he develops, it's kind of crazy that we've been playing this good as like an 81 overall. Like, imagine when Dave's up to a 90 plus. Dave almost pulls off a good screen. Unfortunately, he can't deflect that. So we're still mirroring the point. There you go. Nice pass by whoever that is. Up to Dave. Dave will try and skate around. Dave is probably getting tired soon too, so I probably should adjust his health soon, but we'll do that going into the last game probably. Oh, nice little screen there almost, but Tkachuk somehow saw it. Dave's been doing everything for this team. Can he help out here again? Cyclists around. Good passing. Dave with a good screen again. Dave's getting to the front of the net a lot easier too. Well, that's probably it for the first, unless the sim engine has our team a goal, which it does not. So it's going to be 2-1 Florida going into the second. Maybe the team's going to start to lose a bit more games here late now, but I've kind of realized that this team's not going to make the playoffs likely, so I'm not turning it over as much. Joseph finds it up to Dave. Dave will use that speed, trying to get past Kulikov, who he knocked into the bench earlier. Dave is losing energy really quickly now. Finds it to Kampf. Kampf's shot gets deflected towards the net, doesn't get through. Domi tries to pull it to the front, lost it. Dave's energy, like I said, has been depleting too quick. And the sim engine gives our team a goal. All right, Nick Robertson scores, so Robertson's still scoring even without Dave playing with him. Okay, here we go. Riley banks it up. Here comes Dave again. Dave trying to get around Forsling. Dave will hold on to it. Walks still in. Dave makes some moves, and he scores. See, that ice just opens up because Dave's been so good as of late. That's 3 straight games with multiple goals, I think, right? Or is it only 2 straight? I don't even know, but our second goal of the night as we score here to tie this one up. Or take the lead, right? Yeah, take the lead. I don't even know what the score is now. But what a walk around on Kulikov. Kulikov gets caught napping. He tries to knock Dave off too softly. Dave makes a great play because he sees Ekblad screening Tkachuk. I could have easily thrown this pass into Kampf, but Dave's now proving that he wants to be more of a goal scorer, I guess, and he puts that in on the backhander. But that was a nice little walk around. Nice little move there. See, Soft hands. Uses that big rig a bit. Doesn't even get bumped off the puck in the slightest. And then puts it in. Great little deposit there by Dave. We got to get back defensively as Reinhardt's got a break. And he's stopped. Like, that was a little bit scary. Here's Camp. Over to Dave. It bounces off his stick. And then Dave trips down Forsling. Stop diving, Forsling. You piece of shit. It'd be interesting if Dave fought somebody in this episode, but I don't think like I want to fight. But Forsling dove on that play as they get a chance for the rebound, but they're turned away. But yeah, Forsling dives on this play. I was technically getting a little aggressive trying to poke check it back from him. But yeah, Forsling just flops down way too easily. He's definitely stronger on his skates than that, right? Not too much in this episode, but did I just get a view of that fan's nachos? I don't even know what that was. Oh, here's Dave again on the power play. He's getting power play shifts right now. Dave will hold up. What was it? In deep. Can't find Domi. Dave will go back to the front. As he's battling, he gets knocked over. Dave will go back to the front of the net, but he can't get in front of Kitchekov's eyes. Still with it. Max finds it into Dave. Dave got hit before he even got possession of that puck, so I'm surprised that's not an interference call. As they get a breakaway because of that, and they almost score, but it's a big save by Hildeby. Dave trying to get by Kulikov. He'll make a move. Lost it. It gets towards the front of the net. Dave got it back again. Dave's with it. Dave looking around. Tries to find somebody inside. Doesn't work. Kane is out there, so I got to go on a change. But I'm still going to stay out there for a smidge longer. And now I'm going to change. Alright. I do think Dave could get a hat trick in this episode if he just finds a way to get that empty net or something like that. If this team holds on to this lead, which they have through 2. Now we just got to find a way to hold on through it through another 18, 19 minutes and then hopefully get an empty netter or just get some more insurance before that happens. Warchek, Domi, come on. I was going to see if we could get a little aggressive. Domi finds it back to Dave. Dave will throw a shot towards the net that's turned away. Domi back to Dave. Dave will look around, throws a pass into Shea. Shea shoots it not too far wide as Dave almost gets an assist on that play. All right, it's getting good that we've been able to still score goals even on the right wing again now. So I guess Dave is good at either or. Marino walks in. They get a shot. Ben with a couple chances. Hildeby stops both of them. Nobody's covering Kulikov, and that shot's turned away too as the Florida Panthers have pressure. Max throws it over to Shea, who's jumped up. Shea will hold up, finds Dave on the backhander. Loose puck in front, and that's turned away. I saw my eyes light up for another goal, but unfortunately could not get it. It'd be interesting if we had one of those golf games and then Dave was playing golf as well. That'd be kind of fun. But here's Domi. Domi walking in, throws it over to Camp. That shot's turned away. He found Domi. Domi making some moves. Dave's got possession. He gets a shot. I did not expect to get that puck off of a deke, so that's why I kind of hesitated to shoot faster. Take a simple route. There you go. Dave with it again, trying to get by Ekblad. Dave still with it. Dave walking to the front. He shoots it. Just turned away. Here you go, Dave. Dave tries to get in. Dave still with it. Let's shoot that puck. He shot for a rebound, and that's turned away. And no hat trick for Dave in this game against Florida, but very close to it. Dave had a lot of shots. He does pick up 2, and we win in regulation against the top team in the division. That's a big win, especially with Dennis being in net too. That's a great victory. I'd assume Dave's going to get one of the 3 stars again. Damn, Domi had 8 hits in that game. See, that's why Domi's an effective player at certain times with our line. He throws a lot of hits and is decent offensively, but his defensive play is questionable at times. His Hildeby got 2nd star, as he made some pretty big saves in that 3rd period to keep us from getting that game tied. And that's the 3rd straight game where Dave was the star. And our only hit, of course, was knocking Kulikov into the bench, but we pick up 2 goals on 9 shots. 16:23 of ice time, plus 1, 2:12 of puck possession time, and 1 hit. All right, and there's that big hit. I just saw that. Damn, man. All right, one more game left in this episode. We're first going to make sure Dave's energy is ready to go again. But Dave has been insane. 27 points now in 37 games. I'm excited to look at our stats game by game after the end of this episode, but it's been a brilliant stretch for him. We got some energy back here now too, which means we could obviously get Dave back up to full health. Yeah, he's just listed as active now because he's been running around like a madman. We might as well put this all the way full for next episode. Wine as well. And we will keep 3 energy just in case. Apparently management and brand is still in the disliked area, but that's okay. All right, last game of the episode. Boston, and it's a home ice game again. I would assume we've been eliminated from playoff contention by now, but let's double check on that before we get into this last game. Let's check here. So we are currently now 74 points. We're still 14 points back. And we only have the chance to get, I think, let's see, 7 more games. We only have a chance to get 14 more points. So if we lose any more games down the stretch and Ottawa gets a point in any of their games coming up in the last 4 games they have, we're eliminated mathematically. So, yeah, we're not going to make it back to the postseason, luckily. Or not luckily, likely. But let's get in this game against Boston and see if we can at least end the season still more on a good note. And like I said, next episode, playing St. Louis for the first game of the last game of our last little bit of the season. Sounds like a fun thing too, so that's going to be fun. But let's continue our point streak if we can. And let's also find a way to get this team another point, at least, or 2 points in this one. So Boston has won 2 of the 3 games, it looks like. Poitras had 2 assists last time and 3 hits. Carlo had 6 hits and 2 blocks. Damn. All right, here we go. Here we go, Boston. We've scored against Boston before the season, so I think we definitely could do it in this one. If we don't, it's not going to be the end of the world, but I'd like to continue Dave's point streak as much as possible. Maybe we can make the second line before the end of the season. As Nylander makes it already 1-0 on the sim engine, so Dave will drive the middle since you are on the left side right now. There you go, over to Shea. Shea shoots it in Korpisalo to save. They have Korpisalo in net too, so maybe we can score because it's Corpy. Let's get back over here again. Army is turned away, and then they're going to score, and it's, of course, Pavel Zacha. I'm pretty sure last time we played Boston, Zacha scored 2. Ugh, as we're a -1. As we're a -1. Damn, that sucks. Well, that's not a great way to start off this game. And, of course, it has to be in the last game of this episode that we're starting as a minus, but Sim Engine has given a goal or 2, and the answer to those will be 2 to us and 1 to them. All right, Matthews scored a goal. I don't know who else scored in that, but that's okay. We'll hold on to it. Finds it over to Dave. Dave gets behind Lorai. Dave will hold on to it. Doesn't even get a shot because he was expecting Tanev to drive the net. Dave does dig it out, though. Dave will throw it back to Domi. Domi out front. Can't find Camp, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. Now we have possession. Our team here is Dave trying to get around Lorai. Dave looking around. Dave still with it. Still with it. Look at the merc by Dave. He stopped right there. He got back possession of the puck briefly, I think, but he lost it again. Okay, let's go to the front of the net if Camp wins this, what he does not, of course. Dave with a good poke check to keep it in the O zone. Dave looking around. Dave still with it, looking for an opening. Dave still looking for an opening. Now finds an opening. Tanev's bomb is turned away by Korpisalo. All right, let's simulate to our next shift, which is probably going to be in the second period. Yes, it is. Okay. At least our team's winning. Like I said, it would be nice to continue our point streak, but we should focus on the team also. It's not just our own padding the stats. So it's good that the team's at least leading after 1. Some insurance, boys. Oh, nice knockdown by Camp, and Dave will have to skate after this. He's got the speed advantage, but he will not get there first, but now he gets to it. Dave is cross-checked from behind. He draws a penalty. Is that Pasternak? Yeah, it is. Pasternak hits to the box because he gets a little frustrated with Dave. He wanted the pasta. Dave wanted a burger. And the burger won as he gets cross-checked down right there. And maybe multiple. Yeah, it's been multiple. We get 1. They get 1. I don't know if our goal was a power play goal or not, but this sim engine has been working a little bit crazy against the Bruins so far. Dave trying to use that speed. Dave gets around Lorai. He walks to the front of the net and he's turned away. I feel like my point streak might end in this game. There you go. We go to the front. Dave gets possession of his puck, and then he is hit off the puck. He's got it back again. Dave looks around, finds Riley. Riley finds it back to Dave. Dave, well, the bomb. That shot's turned away as I think Carlo deflected that. Domi finds Camp. Over to Carlo. Carlo's shot's turned away as Dave trying to find any loose change, but does not. Goals are definitely tougher to come by. Come on, guys. Let's get out of our zone. We're kind of running a little bit crazy right now. Nice play. Oh my goodness. How did Pasternak throw that pass and then they score, but it gets waved off? Is this goalie interference or kicked in or what? That was a weird pass by Pasternak right here. Behind the back so quickly. But yeah, it hits off the skate, but it's also kind of goalie interference. If this went off the skate, I don't know if they're going to count it as like a disallowed goal because of hitting the skate or if he ran into the goalie. Multiple things happen on his play. Like, yeah, it's a kind of a kick in motion, right? I don't even know. And the sim engine will say that it's no goal. All right. Well, that's good that we were at least not out there for that tying goal against. The Bruins coach not happy about it. And that might be one of our last shifts of the second. Let's see. We still have that lead. The sim engine has given somebody a goal or multiple. It's multiple to the Bruins. Oh my goodness. The sim engine is not working well for us, man. 5-4. Finds it to Dave. Dave has the speed. Dave makes a move. Throws it inside. Can't score. Dave gets it back again. He's turned away by Korpisalo in the slot. Come on, guys. We got to tie this one up here. It's late in the second. Hopefully we can have a good third as well. Oh, Dave does deflect it, but it goes wide. Joseph finds Kampf. Dave looks around. Dave will shoot it off of Kampf, and it goes wide. So that's why I feel like we're maybe not going to get anything here. Here you go. Dave's got it again. Dave walking to the front. His backhander's turned away. Dave steals it again. Dave trying to push back Lindholm. Domi stole it. Kampf will shoot. Can't really. As the sim engine has not been too kind fully in this game. We've been generating chances as well in terms of trying to get this point streak continued. But right now our point streak might be in the balance and our season might be in the balance. Because, like I said, if we lose any game, we're eliminated mathematically. Nice. Gavrikov. Up to Dave. Dave trying to use some speed. Dave holds up, throws it into Domi. Domi over to Kampf. Dave will try and drive the net. Kampf will try and take this puck into the corner. Lost it. Dave helps on out. Dave. Joseph. Gavrikov back to Dave. Dave makes a move to the backhander and he's turned away. And as it's blocked. I could not even get a shot to net. Now we get the assist. The point streak continues. Gavrikov broke his stick, I think, on this one-timer as well. As we have taken a big goal to tie this one up here. It's an assist. It's not a goal, but I will definitely take it. As Gavrikov with an absolute bomb. I don't know if it deflected off their stick. I thought I saw a stick explode. Didn't I see a stick explode? I thought maybe not. Maybe there was no stick that exploded. It looked like there was, but I guess not. That was an absolute bomb. Maybe that's just the puck coming and flying back out of the net, but here is Dave with it. Dave will look around. Dave will still look around. He'll still look around, trying to get anybody open for him. Dave looking around. He will still look around. He'll throw it over to Tanev, who's open, and Korpisalo will make the save. The coach is playing Dave a shit ton in this game so far. Dave will go to the front. Dave will try and pull a deflection, but there's a lot of bodies in front. Domi lost control, but it still stays in the Bruin zone. Gavrikov to Dave. Dave will backskate. Dave will still take it. Dave will look around. Dave gets two men to go inside. Domi. Dave gets knocked out in front of the puck, but then he gets this loose puck, gets the wrap around, he's turned away. And if this game goes to overtime again, maybe we'll get another overtime shift. Dave gets to get back on defense. Geeky's walking by our defense, and he scores. Of course, after I mentioned overtime, Geeky walks our defense, and we're out there for another goal against. Wow. Geeky absolutely walks our defense. Right there, walks around them. Dave's trying to get back too, and then he somehow gets us upstairs. Well, he's not. I don't know if he was stumbling on this play. Was he? Let's see. Shea gives him a little bit of a shove from behind, as this is his 20th goal of the season for Geeky. Guess he was kind of stumbling a bit, but come on, guys. We need to tie this one back up again. It's been a kind of a crazy back and forth game. Dave's got a chance here. Dave, backhander, goes wide. I think I got stuck. The stick lifted at the last second. We've had a lot of home games near the end of the season. And look, it says bad line defense and not covering the point. That's not my fault. I was coming back to help out defensively, and those guys were the ones that scored, and that was it of the game. So our goal scoring streak is ended, but our point streak is not. We pick up a point in every game in this episode, but our team has been mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's an unfortunate way to end this episode, but we kind of knew it was coming because of how the team simulated when Dave was away from the team. But that sucks. It kind of sucks that our goal scoring streak ended as well, but I said at least our point streak continued, which I'm impressed with. 1 assist, -1. Yeah, we were out there for the game-winning goal, which kind of sucks. So 6 shots, 2:21 of puck possession time, and no hits. All right, well, final things we got to do to wrap up this episode is see if we're actually mathematically eliminated, which I think is the case. And we also got to take a look at Dave's numbers in this episode, which we're up to 28 points in 38 games now, as our offensive game has definitely been a major strength. So let's advance a couple days just to get it set up for next episode against St. Louis, because we'll do every last game of the season, I think, in next episode. Yeah, that will be 6 games in next episode instead, which is a little bit much, but that's okay. All right, let's go to our standings first and foremost. Did we get mathematically eliminated from playoff contention? The answer to that is yes, we have. I think, yep, we've been eliminated because we need 6. I think it might have been even last game that we got mathematically eliminated or something like that. But we are now 16 points back of the playoffs, and the most we could get is 12. So unfortunately, no playoffs this year for the team. But hopefully the team adds some good players in the offseason. So Dave's last year, maybe as a Leaf, could be actually a good one. So let's take a look at Dave's stats up to this point. I didn't really want to go to our team stats, but we'll go through this page instead. So Dave up to the 28 points in 38 games, of course. And if we look at his... Actually, let's just look at his in total stats. +5, 12 penalty minutes, 2 game winners. And our giveaway takeaway ratio is way worse than last year, but 26 hits this year. Less block shots. But if you look at the game log, this is where it's been really good as of late. Look at this point streak that Dave has been on. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games with a point. And we had a goal scoring streak for 7 of those games. So we picked up technically, since this episode began, we're not going to include last episode, even though that was 3 goals in a row. We have 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 assists, 4 goals, 4 assists, 6 goals, 4 assists, 6 goals, 5 assists. So we have 11 points in this episode, and that's in 5 games. So Dave is like a 2 points per game player right now, because he had 1 point, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, and then 1 point again. And he's been shooting a lot as of late too. So yeah, this is definitely the best stretch that Dave has ever had, and he is looking like he's going to be really good next season probably too, because he should be still a Leaf at this point. I'm not too sure who's going to be joining our team next season, but hopefully Dave can make a good impact. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Dave Bluezynski Be a Pro. So in next episode, we will do the last 6 games of the regular season, as we'll see how Dave finishes off year number 2, but he's on a really good streak right now. Maybe he can continue that into the next episode as well, but if not, hopefully the team at least gets some good stuff to build upon for next season. So seeing that below, and I'll see you guys next time.